Hello everybody, and what is up? This is Nursey coming to you guys for MLG TV with some MLG Anaheim pool play. First off, spawning as the Red Protoss, known for some of his unconventional styles of play, but also known as one of the best Protoss in the foreign scene. He, of course, is going to be Kiwikaki. And his opponent for this matchup, spawning as the Blue Zerg in the 3 o'clock position from Team Evil Geniuses, posted some great results in past MLGs. Has fallen off a little bit, but going to be looking to try and rectify that in this MLG. He, of course, is going to be Machine. This is going to be on the map MLG Shattered Temple. Very good map. Does have the low ground supply depots to prevent Terran players from denying scouting. Also, you cannot spawn in the close position, so always good to note that. These players will be spawning in the cross position, so it's going to be interesting to see how they actually do play this matchup out. We see Kiwikaki immediately putting a pylon down on the low ground, so possibly going to be going for a fast expand. We do see his probe now going and scouting out to try and figure out where Machine is at. Meanwhile, Machine not up to anything just yet. Just got up to around 14 harvesters now, where he might be considering putting down a pool. We'll have to wait and see what Machine does decide to do. Kiwikaki, though, will be scouting him very shortly. Going to be getting to the base of Machine. That will prevent Machine from doing any kind of a hatch-first style of play. We do see there is the probe for Kiwikaki. Machine now even building a 15th harvester and immediately going to actually just put down his pool on 15. So it looks like Machine's just going to be going for the pool first style of play. Wait and see if he puts on any gas or maybe still goes for fast expansion. We do see he's actually moving out with 2 drones towards his natural now, so it looks like he is going to be going for the fast expand. Very reminiscent of what his teammate Idra tends to do, going for that pool first without gas, but then taking 2 drones to get rid of this probe. And it looks like getting some great hits, great control on these drones for Machine. Going to be getting a couple of hits on this probe. Can he actually kill it? Does get off another hit, and that is going to force Kiwikaki to retreat. That is going to allow Machine now to put down this hatchery on 16 supply. So Machine is going to be getting up the fast hatchery, and that is going to be absolutely essential for Machine, as we do see Kiwikaki going forward, but now turning around that probe. Has put down the forge, but hasn't started Nexus yet. Now the Nexus goes down. So Kiwikaki can be moving back, checking this out. We'll see that Machine has expanded. Probably not going to be going for the cannon rush, though, just because he will not actually have the minerals to support it, since he has thrown down that Nexus and that initial forge, and we'll need to have the money to throw down some cannons over here once this forge completes. You see he still has not taken any gas just yet over here at his base, so just running off of pure minerals are both players at this point in time, focusing on their economic openings. It's going to be interesting to see how Machine reacts to this. He has actually gotten to the base of Kiwikaki and scouted everything Kiwikaki's up to. Has seen he's taken no gas, has seen that forge and that fast Nexus. Do see Kiwikaki getting up a forward pylon, and be throwing on his first gateway as well, putting on his second pylon as well. I do like that pylon, or that cannon placement, I should say, by Kiwikaki. That will allow him to cover that expansion extremely well, not being greedy, just throwing down a single cannon, throwing 2 cannons. That'll make him fairly safe from any kind of Zergling run-by attempts. Now trying to get into the base of Machine, see everything Machine is up to, and actually will not get all the way to the base of Machine, so we'll not know for sure if Machine is taking gas just yet or not. So would not know if Machine is gearing up for a roach-ling all-in or going for an economically focused style play. You see Machine now sending out a drone here. Does not look like he's going to be scouting with it. Looks like he's actually probably going to be putting down a 3rd hatchery pretty soon here. Does have the minerals for it, so it looks like Machine is going to be going for the economic-based response to what Kiwikaki is doing, and yes, that is indeed what he's going to be doing. Throws down that 3rd expansion hatchery. I like that style of play by Machine, getting down that expansion hatchery. Just going to go for the long game rather than trying to do something in the short term and go all in on Kiwikaki, who is known as a good player and a smart player, so probably would not be very susceptible to an all-in. Do see that Cybernetics core on the way, and I'm sure once that Cybernetics core gets finished up, we'll see exactly what Kiwikaki is going to be going to tech-wise, as he has taken his first gas now. And Machine likewise is going to be doing the same, getting his first gas down as well, so he can begin teching. If we look at the income, guys, we can see right now it is pretty even, 28 harvesters to 27 harvesters. Slight lead for Machine. Machine will have the opportunity to try and pull ahead just a little bit once he does get this 3rd hatchery down. Do see Kiwikaki even adding a 3rd cannon. I like this by Kiwikaki. A lot of Protoss players get themselves into trouble when they get a little too greedy. They try and survive off of 2 little cannons just by throwing down those couple of extra cannons. That will help Kiwikaki in order to be able to defend against any kind of pressure that Machine could put forth. Since Kiwikaki really does not know what Machine is up to just yet, but we does see he does have a scouting zealot moving out onto the map. Looks like it's going to be scouting around. Will probably take out that single Zergling, and not looks like it's going to be scouting to see if Machine has taken a 3rd. Does not realize that Machine hasn't yet. So it does not know if Machine's going to be going all in or economically focused. And we do see now Machine getting down an evolution chamber. I like that. A lot of Protoss will open up Stargates with those fast forges. So getting up that roach or that evolution chamber will allow him to have the potential to throw on some spine crawlers if he needed to defend from Stargate type of play. But we do see that Kiwikaki now has scouted the third base of Machine, so we'll know that Machine has gone for an economic opening, not going to be pressuring him anytime soon. That will allow Kiwikaki to decide what he's going to do, and it looks like he's going to be going for a 6-gate push. But at the same time, Machine with the Ehan timing here with this Overlord Scout will spot these 6 gateways going down. And now Kiwikaki's going to clean that up with the Stalker, but Machine has gotten all the information he needed. We'll know exactly what Kiwikaki is up to. Kiwikaki also has the +1 ground weapons being chrono boosted out, so it looks like he's going to be going into a +1 6-gate push. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly what Kiwikaki does. If we look at the income tabs right now, we can see right now Machine with a slight lead, still 45 to 42 harvesters. Important to know that Kiwikaki is still producing harvesters, so not going all in on this 6-gate push. Probably going to just be trying to apply some pressure to Machine, if anything. And we do see Machine right now with a lot of drones mining on minerals, has been focusing on his economy a lot, even starting to tear down the rocks at the third. But it looks like Kiwikaki is now gearing up to push out with this 6-gate push. +1 weapon attack just about to finish up for Kiwikaki. Zergling speed, the metabolic boost has been started for Machine, so that will finish up right around the time Kiwikaki's push gets there, which will be essential to help Machine hold this off because he is not on layer tech just yet. Roach is on the way now for Machine as well. Here comes the push by Kiwikaki. Machine has spotted this force moving out. You can see that forward pylon going down by Kiwikaki. Machine has thrown down a spine crawler at his third to try and help him defend, so that scout playing out absolutely huge for Machine, allowing him to try and gear up to defend this push. But here comes the push by Kiwikaki. First couple of Zealots and Stalkers moving forward. Now a Probe even moving forward, maybe going to warp in another pylon. We'll have to wait and see. But now Machine is going to be trying to defend with those roaches and those links. A couple of the roaches popped out at the third expansion, helping the Machine to hold this over here at the front. Is going to buy some time for that spine crawler to complete. Reinforcements now getting warped in from Kiwikaki. A couple of misrallied Overlords getting shot at by the Stalkers, which will actually pull the Stalkers off from attacking over here at the third, but will also potentially hurt Machine with his supply. Machine now trying to defend this. That spine crawler is going to go down. Zealots do clean that up, but the Zealots getting extremely weak. Does look like Machine, though, in a bit of trouble here. Can Machine actually hold on? Starting to take a lot of damage here. Those Stalkers with that +1 upgrade doing a lot of damage to these roaches, but here comes some reinforcements from Machine, and he's going to hold for now. Well, can he actually hold his push? More reinforcements coming for Kiwikaki. Here comes in some Zerglings by Machine. Going to start attacking those Stalkers immediately, separating them from the Zealots, allowing the roaches to work on these Zealots by themselves. Now it looks like the roaches are going to clean up all these Zealots. Stalkers cleaning up all of, or the Lings cleaning up all these Stalkers, and it looks like Kiwikaki's 6-gate push is going to be held by Machine. Absolutely excellent play there. Machine will hold this push, and now we'll be able to take down this pylon. And the question is now, what will Machine do upon holding off that 6-gate push by Kiwikaki? And Kiwikaki, as you can see, now gearing up, putting down 2 Stargates. So the follow-up for Kiwikaki is going to be going to some Stargate type play. Going to wait and see if he's going to go all in once again, or if he's going to maybe go for an harassment style play. We do see he has now built a couple of sentries over here. Is starting to tear down the rocks of his third, so it looks like he is going to be gearing up to take a third. Machine has started his layer now, taking all of his other gases now on the field. Kiwikaki, though, has planted down a pylon over here up on the side ground, maybe going to be warping in some units to try and harass this base of Machine. Machine also now throwing down some spore crawlers. Very smart move by Machine, as a lot of times the follow-up for the Protoss players, if a 6-gate push fails, is to go for Dark Templars or for some kind of air play. But Machine is going to be ready for this. We'll clean this up immediately, and then we'll be able to go after this pylon over here. Do see Kiwikaki continuing to get his upgrades, is now starting to ground armor level 1. Has built 2 Phoenixes, so it looks like he's going to be going for a harassment-based style of play. Chrono boosting out Phoenixes on 2 Stargates, as well as putting up this third base here over at the top. So it's going to be trying to harass Machine and get back on equal economic terms with Machine. As we do see Machine is now taking his gold base, but also putting down a robotics facility over here in his base. So going to be also moving up to Robotech at the same time. So a little bit of tech from everywhere for Kiwikaki right now. So we do see Machine is going to be forced back from those couple of Stalkers that were over here. Now going to put it on the can to make this position a little bit more stable and safe. Do see a couple of roaches moving around looking for that probe. Kiwikaki's has now finally found it. Going to be able to kill this probe, stop Kiwikaki from putting down any more pylons over there by his base. Machine now also getting the burrow upgrade, as well as Hydralisk, and putting down an infestation pit. So it looks like Machine is going to be going for that Roach Hydra Infestor style play. It's starting to become more popular in these ZVP matchups. But as we can see, Kiwikaki's harassment has started. Machine does have spore crawlers down all his bases, but has a lot of misrallied Overlords here. that these Phoenixes could pick off. We do see that Kiwikaki is still producing Phoenixes. Tons of Phoenixes now on the field, 7 of them to be exact, actually 8. And right now, Machine with absolutely no air defense, but we do see right now, here comes those Hydros, but Kiwikaki going to lift the initial 2 Hydros. Here comes the other 4. Can Kiwikaki actually deal with these Hydros? Lifting all the Hydroliths up now. Is Kiwikaki going to pick off all these Hydros? And that's going to be all the air defense of Machine, taking out every single one of Machine's units. Now even going to be getting another Queen, picking off a lot of Overlords. Machine getting very close to being supply capped. Going to be even going for a 3rd Queen now as these Spore Crawlers just barely out of range. One of them able to hit, but is still going to manage to pick off that Queen, and now going to be killing some more Overlords is Kiwikaki, and that is going to supply cap Machine finally, as he even adds in even more Phoenixes, now even getting the air level 1 attack upgrade as well behind this. And we do see that Kiwikaki cleaning house here, supply blocking Machine severely. It's not allowing Machine to actually build any Hydras or Infestors to try and deal with these Phoenixes. This Phoenix harassment is doing a ton of damage to Machine, even getting yet another Overlord. And Kiwikaki now is even going to be throwing down a Twilight Council to get upgrades for his gateway units. You see he has not thrown down any additional gateways just yet, or a support bay for his robotics facility. So just right now has the robotics bay, has some gateway units that he is producing and doing a lot of harassment with these Phoenixes. Is Kiwikaki and getting a very good job done of harassing his way back on the equal terms with Machine. If we look at the income tab really quick right now, we can't see Kiwikaki is pulled way ahead in Harvester, 78 to 62, and now doing even more damage. Great micro once again by Kiwikaki, lifting a lot of the Hydroliths, but now it's going to be forced to pull back as there is all of those Spore Crawlers and a couple of Hydros preventing him from doing much more damage. But now more misrallied Overlords getting picked off here by Kiwikaki. Machine really needs to get his Overlords under control. That is costing him a ton of minerals and supply, slowing him down a lot in this game. Cannot continually produce drones or anything. I mean, now we see Kiwikaki with an Observer and a lot of gateway units. Now maybe thinking of pressing in, but it looks like he's not going to do that for now. Has seen that Machine has not taken an additional base yet. So just going to be continuing the harass with these Phoenixes. It's Kiwikaki and getting a ton of damage done. We do now see Machine finally able to build some Infestors and some more Hydroliths into his unit composition. We do see now the charge upgrade going down for Kiwikaki. Also producing some Immortals over here in his base. So going to be adding some Immortals to his gateway composition, even adding some more gateways, going up to 10 gateways now is Kiwikaki, and gearing up to take his gold base behind all this harassment being done by his Phoenixes. Do not know what Machine really knows from everything that's going on. He has pretty much stopped scouting since the beginning of the game. Did manage to see this 3rd go up though, so he does know that 3rd is up, but Kiwikaki gearing up to do some more harassment once again with these Phoenixes, moving out here towards the main of Machine, where he does still have a lot of drones, a lot of mining still going on, even though this is almost mined out. And will Machine actually react to this in time, sending his units in? But here comes the units of Kiwikaki, killing a lot of drones. Look at all the drones going down. Drones by the dozen being killed off by these Phoenixes. There is Spore Crawlers, but there's just so many Phoenixes, he's getting the harassment done anyways. If we look at the workers killed tab, we do see 13 workers killed now for Kiwikaki. Tons of units killed for Kiwikaki with these Phoenixes. So absolutely excellent harass here with these Phoenixes by Kiwikaki, killing tons of Machines, units, and workers and Overlords. Just setting Machine back so far, and now we see Kiwikaki is going to be double expanding with this advantage that he does have. Does still have a ton more workers than Machine, 83 to just the 58 of Machine. Machine's finally getting close to starting to maybe get to the point where he can start to max out and actually try and apply some pressure back to Kiwikaki, but falling behind in economy and bases is Machine. Trying to rally a lot of those Overlords away now from the potential Phoenix harassment. Does have an Overseer with this army to spot any kind of DT type of play, and that is going to be essential because we do see in the base of Kiwikaki now throwing down a Dark Shrine is Kiwikaki, and as well is going to be building a Warp Prism, oddly enough. So Kiwikaki, always with those unconventional styles of play, going to be getting up a Warp Prism, maybe trying to harass the bases of Machine. And here comes a huge push by Kiwikaki. A lot of Zealots, a couple of Archons warped in now as well, because he has gotten out a Templar Archives so that he can build those high Templar units. And now he's going to be pressing forward, trying to pressure Machine's 4th base. Machine is going to be ready for us though. Throws down some good fungal growths on the units of Kiwikaki, but now here comes the Phoenix is in to lift a bunch of the Infestors, now lifting a bunch of the Hydroliths as well. Good fungal growth did go down those Phoenixes, but did not actually kill the Phoenixes, and the Phoenix is now doing a lot of damage, picking up almost all of Machine's Infestors. Machine's ground forces, though, cleaning up Kiwikaki's ground forces. It looks like Machine's going to hold, but is losing a lot of units to these Phoenixes. Now picking up the new Infestors, joining the battle. The other Infestors are out of energy already, trying to throw down even an Infested Terran to try and clean up these Phoenixes. And now we do see the Hydralisks are going to clean up a lot of these Phoenixes. Kiwikaki now just down to 5 Phoenixes and is going to be forced to back up. Machine now going to be trying to press his advantage. Does have a slight advantage right now. 159 supply, just 120 upon beating that push of Kiwikaki. Now going to be moving in to try and do some damage back to Kiwikaki. But right now we see Kiwikaki warping in 8 Dark Templars, and there's actually no detection for Machine here. So these DTs could do a lot of damage. Great fungal growth goes down on the Dark Templars, trying to prevent them from actually doing damage to these units. But now Kiwikaki's going to move in and lift all the Infestors out of Machine's army, and that is going to take away Machine's ability to detect at all. Great strategy by Kiwikaki, getting those Dark Templars. Going to buy him the time he needs to resupply his army. He does have the superior economy, so he will be able to resupply army faster. Machine, and actually just saying hi to the Zealot, Zelly the Zealot over here, and then actually allowing him to live as Machine, as he is holding that Zelnaga tower over there. And now we see Machine warping in some more Overseers, but here comes those Phoenixes, and we trying to pick off some of these Overseers, prevent Machine from being able to move out. Does get one of the Overseers, the other Overseer taking some damage, but still actually surviving. We do see now Kiwikaki does have this 5th base and this 4th base fully up online and running. Machine has not even taken a 5th base yet. We do see right now his natural starting to run somewhat low in minerals on a lot of these mineral patches. So Machine is going to need a 5th base pretty soon here, or he's going to get so far behind Kiwikaki he's not going to be able to get himself back in this game. We look at the income tab really quick, guys. We can't see right now Kiwikaki still with a huge harvester lead, 88 to the 61 of Machine. And now Machine is going to be looking to move out. Finally picks off his buddy Zealot there that he just recently kissed but then allowed to live. But now he's going to change his mind about that, takes out the Zealot. And now we see Kiwikaki, though, has had time to reinforce his position, has built a lot more units. Phoenixes, Immortals, Stalkers, even some Archons getting mixed in from those DTs. So DT's such a versatile unit. Cloaked units need detection to see them, but then you can just warp them into High Templars, or Archons, I should say, if you want to actually do some damage to them. Machine just now starting his Hive at the 20+ minute mark, so very late Hive by Machine, staying on this very layer tech eccentric style play with the Roaches, Hydras, and the Infestors. But now we see Machine is going to be moving out, trying to do some damage to Kiwikaki. There is no Dark Templars in this composition, but not a lot of Infestors. A couple of fungal growths going down, but a lot of the Hydras getting lifted out of the forces of Machine by these Phoenixes, and that is going to make it a lot harder for Machine to deal with these Immortals. And the Immortals are cleaning up these Roaches like they're nothing, while the Phoenix is lifting out all of the Hydralisks. Going to be killing off his detection, even getting all of the Infestors. Now even trying to pick off the forces as they retreat is Kiwikaki, and Kiwikaki is going to be swinging back into the supply lead over Machine. Absolutely excellent micro by Kiwikaki, getting the best out of those Phoenixes. We do see Fungal Growth Gusto go down, kills a couple of the units of Machine. Machine finally now taking his 5th base, but here is that Warp Prism I've been talking about, just hanging out now behind the 5th of Machine, and it is opening up. Make sure to see what Kiwikaki is going to do with this, as we do see an attempted drop over here by Machine, instantly cleaned up by Kiwikaki. And now Kiwikaki does have this Warp Prism just chilling out here, waiting to actually do some damage to Machine. And we do see over here Machine trying to get his forces back up once again, but behind the supply, behind in Harvesters. Machine not in a good position at all. Really needs this 5th base. Could even probably use a 6th base over here in this back area, as we have split the map in half, and now Kiwikaki is even going to be gearing up to take his 6th base as well. Kiwikaki staying ahead in bases on Machine. This is not the position Machine wants to be in at all. We do see now Machine is going to be starting to harvest from this 5th base, but here comes some DTs in by Kiwikaki, going to immediately be trying to take down this hatchery. Here comes the forces of Machine. He does have an Overseer. Will he be able to clean this up in time down to 500 hit points? And now here comes the forces of Machine and clean up these DTs. 200 hit points, just barely enough left on that hatchery. Kiwikaki will get the Warp Prism out of there, though. But Kiwikaki's army looking absolutely fearsome. Does not even have the robotic spade, going to be getting the thermal lance for the potential of Colossus, as now we do see Colossus on the way as well with his army. Has gotten the blink upgrade, and we do see that Kiwikaki is actually building a mothership. That is right, guys. Kiwikaki is going to be building a mothership, always denoted by the fact that the game lags like crazy when the mothership pops. Has gotten that fleet beacon down. Going to be building a mothership at one of these bases. There it is. Mothership going to be getting produced over here. Do not know when he will be able to get that into play, as now when you see Machine moving out, has switched to a Roach Infestor Ling composition only. So actually backtracking and tackle of his Machine, and it's going to use Neural Parasite. Gets 2 of these Archons, but now here comes all those Phoenixes, lifting almost all of the Infestors right away once again. Now all the Infestors are actually lifted, and now we do see that Kiwikaki is going to be just storming forward with these Immortals. They do so much damage to Roaches without the Infestor support. Great micro by Kiwikaki, and it looks like Kiwikaki is going to clean up Machine's forces once again. Machine trying to reinforce behind this, but Kiwikaki's army looking absolutely fearsome and terrible. 3-2 upgrades on the ground units. Even has the +1 air weapons upgrades. We do see Machine just sitting at 2-2, has gotten way behind in upgrades, now way behind in economy, way behind in bases, and this could be the killing blow for Kiwikaki as he pushes out, killing all of these roaches. Colossus, a little bit of everything in this composition, and it is going to force Machine to GG out of the game. Kiwikaki is going to take game number 1 in amazing fashion. I will see you guys at game number 2 for MLG TV. This is Nursky, and I will see you guys at the next cast. Peace easy.